Hey guys, Neely here, and I am coming in again to talk about gelatin. I had some questions after my last video where I compared how the Great Lakes gelatin and the THM Just gelatin worked in recipes. And so I wanted to hop on and answer some of the other questions I got about cost and about the flavors, the nutrition facts, and all those things. So I'm going to be looking at 3 different brands this time to compare, and I have to first say that this St brand of gelatin, I actually haven't ordered it yet. This is the bag of collagen that I ordered from the same brand, which is a different thing from the gelatin, but I'm just going to be comparing the price on that one. So I have the THM Just gelatin here, and then the Great Lakes gelatin, and so these two are the ones that I have tried. And then this brand is going to be the one that I try next once I run out of these two, which will probably take me a while because I don't go through it super fast because you're only using a very small amount usually in recipes. So first off, as far as flavor, I have not noticed any difference in flavor between the gelatins. So that's across the board. I just have not noticed a flavor at all. Some people say that they noticed some kind of a beefy flavor with some of the gelatins, and I don't know exactly which brands those are that they were talking about, but as far as the ones that I've tried, I have not noticed any kind of flavor. They're just, you know, completely flavorless gelatin that you can add whatever flavor you want to it. And then as far as the nutrition facts, this is kind of where it gets interesting. And this is good information to have for when you're making recipes because it could probably affect how the recipe turns out. I was interested to see, when you look at the nutrition facts here, if you go by the weight of the product, this says 1 tablespoon is 7 grams. If you look at the weight of the product and you compare it to the nutrition facts for the weight of this product, the nutrition facts are almost exactly the same. So 7 grams of this is going to be the same nutrition facts within just a tiny amount to the just gelatin from THM. And then the St brand is this, they have the exact same nutrition facts as the Great Lakes brand. But the interesting thing is on the Great Lakes brand it says 1 tablespoon equals 7 grams. On the Just gelatin it says 1 tablespoon equals 12 grams. And I was wondering if the Just gelatin was more dense and so 1 tablespoon was heavier. So what I did is I got out my scale and I weighed a tablespoon of each, and they both came out to 10 grams. So when I measure a tablespoon of Just gelatin, it comes to 10 grams, not 12. And when I measure a tablespoon of the Great Lakes brand, it comes out to 10 grams, not 7. So that was really interesting. So I think when you are making a recipe, if you have a kitchen scale, it would probably be the most accurate to use a kitchen scale and measure the exact number of grams rather than rely on a measuring spoon. And that's across the board. I mean, all the time you hear about when you bake, use a scale so that, because you know, you could pack down the flour and it could be a different measurement than if you just sift it into the measuring cups. So that's just a good tip all around. But when you're dealing with something like gelatin that's going to make such a huge difference in the recipe depending on how much you use, it is a really good idea to have a scale. And I got this scale I think just before Christmas, and because I had one that I had for years and it was kind of breaking down and I wanted a new one, and I got this one and it is amazing. It's simple, but it's super durable and super accurate, and it has been awesome. So I will put a link down below to this scale that I got if you guys are interested. It's on Amazon. When you are doing a recipe from the book, try to go by weight rather than the measurements if you can. And it would have to be a fairly rounded tablespoon to get 12 grams, at least this is a pretty basic tablespoon from the store, so I think it's accurate. But this is going to be a rounded tablespoon as far as the nutrition facts go, and this is going to be, to get only 7 grams in a tablespoon, it's going to be a really scant tablespoon. So that shows some difference, but as far as I can tell, they're exactly the same when you measure by grams. You should get the same amount in your spoon when you measure 7 grams from either one. So that's one of those tricky things where you could do a recipe exactly right and it still come out wrong because of the silly measuring. Okay guys, now I'm going to look at the prices that I found, and I'm going to compare the 3 brands, the Just Gelatin from THM, the Great Lakes Gelatin in the red can, and the Zent Gelatin in the bag from Amazon. So first off, there is the Just Gelatin from THM, and I'm going to be comparing the 2 pounds worth because I found that that's the cheapest way to get it, no matter which brand you buy. And so I'm going to compare those. I thought that would give you a good comparison so that you can make your choice. And then also just want to say, of course, that this is what I found, and for shipping in my area, and your area could be completely different. So this is just an example of what I found that I could order and the cheapest I could get. So the THM brand you can see is $15.99 each, and I put 2 in my cart, and so that puts a total of $31.98 for 2 pounds of gelatin, and you can get that shipped in the US for $5.95. So a total of $37.93 for 2 pounds of gelatin. And then I will show you the Great Lakes. Now I have Amazon Prime, so shipping on this one is going to be free for me. Of course, if you don't have Amazon Prime, it's going to be different, so you want to take that into account. But each 1 pound canister is $18.99, and then with free shipping, it's a total of $37.98, which is almost exactly the same as the THM brand. So the Great Lakes and the THM are pretty comparable in price if you have Amazon Prime. If you don't have Amazon Prime, then the THM brand is going to be cheaper. Now, the next brand is the one that I found that was the cheapest. And as far as I can tell, it is the exact same nutritional benefit. It's the same high quality. It's all beef gelatin. It is kosher, which means there's definitely no pork in there. And it's just, as far as I can tell, and I'm no expert, but as far as I can tell, it is the same great quality as the other ones. And it comes in a 2 pound bag, and I definitely recommend getting the 2 pound bag because it's way cheaper with buying 2 pounds rather than 1 pound. And you can see over here, it is $23.49. And the price fluctuates from day to day, but it's been around between $20 and $24 for the last couple of weeks, and it has free shipping. It is not Prime eligible, but it does have free shipping. So you can see that it is a very big savings over the other 2 brands. And as long as it works the same, which, like I said, I haven't used this one yet, but I have heard from people who have used it and say that it's exactly the same. But if it does work the same in the recipes, then it is definitely the best price. Okay guys, I hope you found that helpful. Please let me know if there are any other brands of gelatin that you use and that you like and that are a great price. I know there's lots of different ones out there, and I'm sure that I have not researched all of them. So if there's something else that you have found and loved, please let me know, and I can maybe add a list to the description of the different brands that are good and the different prices you can get them at. So I thought that would be helpful for you guys. So let me know that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I will talk to you again later. Bye.